Here we go. It's Diaz versus BeastMode in a nice best of 5 sponsored by Rocket League itself. The Haunted Hollows event is going on, and you should absolutely check it out. And these guys are rocking decals from the Rocket League X Marvel collab. A couple Spider-Man decals as Diaz is going to get right into a Diaz dribble to start off the show match. If you haven't seen Diaz play before, this is what he's known for. Full field dribbles from the back wall as if it's no big deal. And he's going to use the reset shot to finish this one. BeastMode gets a touch, but he's not going to be able to stop it. BeastMode is getting thrown into the fire here in terms of ones. He has started playing a bit more ones ever since the RLCS announced that they were going to be adding a 1v1 portion to it. Official RLCS 1v1 is coming in the next season if you haven't heard that. And BeastMode has been playing a bit more of it. I think also probably for YouTube. I think BeastMode's been playing some YouTube 1v1s. So I recommend checking those out. And I also think he's been streaming more. I don't know if he's live right now, but he's up in the content game. He's up in the ones game. It's definitely worth checking out. We are going to give him a chance to play the toughest guy to beat right now in the game on USC servers, and that is Diaz. And if you've been following the Diaz ping saga, then you know that recently, for some reason, he has upped to like 180 ping, just terrible ping, even though normally he used to get, green ping on US East. Well, the great news is, as BeastMode pre-jumps him, he's back to green ping, 100 ping, just barely green. But hey, better than what he was getting for a bit. And that is a terrible, terrible sign if you're a BeastMode fan, because Diaz has beaten the likes of every US East player that you love, and he did it sometimes on 160 ping, and now he's got 100 to try and take down BeastMode. But BeastMode showing a solid bit of defense here to then get himself an opportunity to score, and he's going to tie up the game 1-1. He gets 100 ping on EU. Wait, Diaz also gets 100 ping on EU? If that's true, can we get the coveted Diaz versus Middle East games that people have been asking so much for? Because we would absolutely have to do that. Diaz did not beat Daniel. That's actually a good point. He probably... It wouldn't surprise me if he hasn't beat Daniel. His coming out party was in the Salt Mine. And there's a chance he never played against him, or if he did, he didn't beat him because Daniel was at the top of the game around the time of Salt Mine. But Daniel has hopped out. He has been out of the ones game for multiple months. I should say almost a full year at this point. So he has relinquished, his relevancy in ones. I would love for him to be back. I want him to, come back and play, and, might even predict him to put up a good fight against Diaz, but I think I'd even favor Diaz. Diaz is just more warm and, ready for the ones game than Daniel probably is. I don't think it would take Daniel long to be back. So, if you tell me he's been working on it for the past couple months, maybe I change my mind. But as of right now, Diaz is the guy to beat on US East. As BeastMode, though, might be the one to take him down. It does seem like these top RLCS players, I was talking about it before the match when people were saying, oh, Diaz is so favored here. BeastMode is still one of the best Rocket League players, bar none, regardless of what mode he's in. And he's... Oh, I was about to make a BeastMode joke. I decided against it, though. But anyways, the point is, he can do anything in ones. You never know. I wouldn't be too surprised by him taking down the likes of Diaz. But Diaz is going to recognize a bad challenge from BeastMode, who is prepping on the side wall. Instead of Diaz taking a slow dribble, he just accelerates the ball and gets it to the net ASAP before BeastMode can get back. BeastMode does not pick up the midfield 100, so he will back away. Diaz leaning back for the 50 and is not quite own goaling. I think we maybe saw Diaz, I'm not sure if it was him or not, basically hit an uncontested own goal like that in the past. Diaz showing off his favorite dribble from the back wall. But BeastMode is able to deny it. It's not something that players probably have to defend against very often, or almost ever. The way Diaz goes all the way back wall and then top shelves it with relative ease is probably something that only you ever get against him. Can we pause here at 180? Wait, what the heck? BeastMode. Do you need... Okay. He knows the problem. No problem. No problem. Let us know when to unpause. He's got 104 now. Is his problem that someone else started watching Netflix in the house? Does he need to go run around and be like, hey, mom, wait. No Netflix, not yet. Tie game for Beast Mode so far. So in a great position as he gets the reset with the ball not headed towards the net. So Diaz never really sweats too much. High pop, Diaz doesn't even really care about the ball. He just wants to use it as an opportunity to steal some boost. And now will take his possession all the way to the back corner. Being one of the only people who can comfortably cross the entire field through the air, it should not come too much of a surprise that Diaz is very willing to take the ball back into his corner to set up on the back wall again. He has no issue starting from the very beginning. A lot of people, you know, they're trying to pin defenders back, keep them there as long as possible, see if they can stay just outside the net to eventually get their goal. And while Diaz will do that as well, he does not mind full resetting and starting with a full field in front of him. Nice backflip challenge. Will send the ball to the ceiling as Diaz has himself a 1-goal lead. Beast Mode deciding not to go wave dash into the corner because he knows he has to stay and defend, and he thought for a second he might have had it, but Diaz does backflip it in. Even that little bit that he creeped out of net was too much. Backflip shots extends the lead. Wait, did Dr. None say it was going to be 6-3? Before this match, we haven't talked about it yet. Dr. None said he knew exactly how the match was going to go. He gave us every game scoreline, and his first game scoreline was 6-3 Diaz. So he is still, you know, potentially correct with 30 seconds left to go. Beast Mode has to not score, though, and Diaz has to take the ball away and make it 6-3. Front flip from Diaz, only pads to work with. He'll get a midfield 100, and he'll go to a sidewall dribble. He's pretty effective from these. Beast Mode's going to try and challenge early, and actually does get ball, but Beast Mode cannot stop Diaz from backflipping off the ball and getting the first goal. Or sorry, I should say the first goal, the 6th goal, but the first game scoreline that Dr. None predicted. 10 seconds still, though, so no one needs to score as the clock winds down here. Diaz takes this one up in the air. Reset shot is a bit high, and it will hit the ground. 6-3 game number 1. So far, Dr. None perfect in his prediction as we head to game number 2. You're disappointed that neither Daniel nor FK have been in ones. Do you know why? I think that First Killer is playing the next Arm the Rebels, so you don't have to worry about that one. I don't know why Daniel's not. Game number 2, Diaz and Beast Mode. And if you're invested in the Dr. None prediction for the series, I'll just let you know now. He predicted a 5-4 win for Beast Mode in game number 2. Now, surely that's not how it's going to go because nobody told Dr. None the script, and I never leak the scripts. But it'll be fun to imagine that it could. Diaz does not hit the Psycho, and now is going to defend from a shadow position against Beast Mode. Is able to stop him as he chains some dashes together to pick up boost at the midfield. Versus, or Vexrus, or Varus RL. Thank you for the brand new tier 1. Appreciate you. Beast Mode missing his wave dash shot on the near post, trying to just keep the ball going. But Diaz able to recover and deny. Now out of the corner, Beast Mode ceiling challenge takes it away. He's trying to get a double, but the double will come without being able to get to the midfield boost first, which means he's really just setting up another possession for Diaz, who is so comfortable in the air. Diaz gets the reset shot, plays perfectly, but Beast Mode's defense has been impeccable so far. I mean, he wasn't able to win game 1, but he definitely started off with a good sequence of defense, showing Diaz that he's not going to score for free. And the only time he will get to score for free is when Beast Mode's on offense. When Beast Mode's on offense, okay, then Diaz gets to score for free. Then he'll just hand him the ball and let him shoot on an open net. But he's not going to be scoring when Beast Mode's in defense. Diaz, a little 1-2 pass to himself onto the backboard. BeastMode makes that read to send the ball away. Now it'll be a sidewall dribble. I think Diaz heard BeastMode coming, but it doesn't matter. BeastMode still reads it, and maybe even actually went extra high, expecting Diaz to react to his jump and attempt to chip it around him. BeastMode was prepared for that, as Diaz is going to put this one just a little bit too high. Has all the boost in the world, though. Can he slow this ball down? It had such a high speed going out back towards the midfield, but Diaz catches it, controls it, and launches a flick in. My goodness, Diaz. The most impressive thing might have just been that first touch to slow down the ball. And once he had control, we know what Diaz can do. My goodness. A 2-0 lead, and BeastMode is not going to try and go to the kickoff here. Fakes it, gets himself a possession, and a bit of a missed touch, and now he has to try and salvage it by just going for a bump. Doesn't connect on that either. Diaz seems to be really willing to just send the ball to the backboard, which is not something you see from 1v1 players very often. They're so, you know, controlling. They find their possession so precious, they're unwilling to just launch the ball away, and for good reason in 1v1. But Diaz doesn't seem to mind to just get the ball speed high and boom it to the backboard. The only other player that I feel like I've seen do that in kind of an unorthodox way is actually First Killer. First Killer seems to just rely on a high-speed ball going in his favor, whether it's just slamming to the backboard where the defender might be. He feels like once both players are moving quickly, he finds ways to get goals. Right now, Diaz just going to take away this BeastMode misplay. BeastMode popped the ball way too far out of his control. BeastMode waiting until he's deep underneath the ball before flipping so he can pop that extra high. Now going to start an aerial again. Going to go to the backboard. Diaz reads that and stops him. BeastMode pre-jumping and then basically attacking the ball at the angle in which Diaz would be able to pop it. Basically the arc that it could take, and making sure that anywhere it goes, whether he hits it early or later, BeastMode is in the right position to stop it, including if it had been a fake, he probably would have returned to the ground. So just great defense from BeastMode. Gets rewarded for a goal. And now Diaz placing in the top corner, but the corner near side the defender. Diaz is rolling these directly back at his net. I don't know if he knows you cannot start a dribble from inside the net. You do have to put it on the back wall. BeastMode, another great defensive challenge. As he goes to ceiling height, he is punishing Diaz, who actually brought this ball a little bit lower down. We've seen the ones meta shift from these really high dribbles instead to these more mid-range height dribbles that cannot be challenged from the ceiling. And the reason why is being shown right there by BeastMode. The ceiling challenge defense has just progressed to become incredibly viable. Diaz tapping this one towards the net. BeastMode will have a possession that he likes to play on the ground. Maybe could have taken it up the side wall, but instead, just a couple bounce dribbles, and we're at 4-3, and it's feeling like it's dangerously likely that BeastMode might win 5-4, which was the prediction of Dr. Known, which if he gets even 2 games perfectly correct, I'm going to be blown away. Diaz picking up the back corner boost. He does need an additional goal to make Dr. Known look correct, and he's just going to use speed to get it. So now we need one more goal in 48 seconds for BeastMode, and Dr. Known continues to be 300 IQ. But I tell you, as someone who is thinking about the match momentum and not just the Dr. Known prediction, it does not feel like that's going to happen. It seems like Diaz is cruising right now and might just prove him wrong. No. Oh no. BeastMode steals away the double reset. It's 5-4 BeastMode. There needs to be no goals for the next 35 seconds though, and certainly that won't happen. Certainly that won't happen. Beast mode. In control of the ball. A delayed flip, a dunk. Oh, we're out. We're out of the simulation. We have escaped the simulation. Beast mode makes it 6-4. And does prove me wrong. It felt like Diaz was cruising, but after he got his air dribble dunked away, Beast mode retakes the lead. He has been dictating in this game. Why didn't you save it? Dr. None's like, buddy, you did not listen to the script we talked about. Diaz trying to psycho. Actually does get it over the top of Beast mode, but not to the net in time. And that was his last-ditch effort to come back. Had he hit the psycho, he'd have one more chance at the kickoff, but he did not. So Beast mode, an air dribble, a dunk, and a tied series headed to game number 3. So start of game number 3, Dr. None donates $5 just to say, count it for me. He wants to count the 6-4 win. We'll say you typoed it. Listen, if you get only that wrong, trust me, I'm going to be very impressed. We'll say you fat-fingered the 5 instead of the 6. Dr. None's prediction continues. I was the one who forced the game score out of him. He just said it was going to be a Diaz win, a Beast mode win, and then 2 Diaz wins. So if it were to follow his prediction, we're about to see Diaz close it out in the next couple games, which we may just see. Sleaze Breeze, thank you for the 21 months of Tier 1. Happy Sunday. I was about to say it's not Sunday, but I think it is. You're right. Thank you, thank you. Diaz gonna score to open the game. It's within the margin of error. We give him a 1-goal swing. Beast mode had a stealing possession and got nothing out of it at all. In fact, almost worse than nothing because he allows Diaz to get his game going. He gets for a multiple reset. We ran out of boost so late. It felt like it was going to be a bad dribble, but the extra resets make it worthwhile. Get the defender to miss, but he did put it too high. Beast mode wants a 50. Diaz able to force it out. Predictions are hard, especially about the future. Can you predict the past? I'm confused here. Beast mode, nice play. Pops this ball up and gets a nice angle with a single jump wave dash to the back wall. Beast mode chasing Diaz out of the position that Diaz knew he wanted to be in. He knew he'd get bumped if he stayed there. So he just leaves. Reset for Diaz. Fakes the flick and the bounce in. His crossbar down and out. Beast mode did not help it. He almost got himself out. And the flicks we saw from Diaz earlier are the reason why Beast mode has to respect this. He just panicked a little bit. Went quicker than he needed to because Diaz was not going to come try and force it in. He was going to let Beast mode get his first touch. So he had a chance to maybe drive slightly behind the ball, but of course that's very easy for us to say in retrospect. Diaz kickoff win. We'll now make it 3-1. Beast mode has 0 to work with, but he has to pinch the ball first to slow Diaz down. And he slowed him down quite a bit. Diaz awkward on the back wall. Might not even really get a clean possession out of this. Beast mode just used all the boost that he got to return back to the play. Now he's playing off pads. Can he fake Diaz on the goal line? He tries to, but Diaz, credit to him, stays on the ball, makes the save, gets the counter. Did not break his nerve on the goal line. For what? I can't believe it. 7-4 is technically Dr. None's prediction for Game 3. If we were indeed to let him miss by 1 in game number 1, but he hasn't been proven wrong yet. This could still end 7-4. Diaz denied on the air dribble. BeastMode stopping the pre-jump and then lining up the bump. That might have been a mistake, though. Maybe he wasn't doing it on purpose. I'm not sure if he's trying to push Diaz back behind the ball. It seemed like maybe he was. He had a chance to kind of land, see where Diaz was, and turned into him. But it ends up not being favorable for him. Oh, Floof! Thank you for the brand new Prime. Diaz going to read this missed kickoff, and instead of getting an immediate goal, goes crossbar down and out. Did BeastMode just make a misflip, chat? I was looking at the primer. Shout out, oh, Floof. And he's just going to wall dash his way past this ball. It should actually be a free goal. It is. 6-1 for Diaz with a minute 40. Yeah, I heard that somebody said BeastMode always lags on his first kickoff, and then he's good. Which is a weird problem to have. He lags a lot on kickoffs in general. I mean, that's tough. That's something that hopefully... do they just never send BeastMode to the kickoffs when they can get away with it during RLCS? Diaz out of the back corner. Reset shots denied, and BeastMode might even have a good chance on the counter, but actually ball is just bouncing too high. Diaz able to reposition and interrupt the play. BeastMode wave dashing away to collect this dribble. It's going to be an air dribble bump. Diaz gets out over the top of it, makes a save, and is rolling in the counterattack. Dr. Known's prediction for Game 3, just to remind everyone, 7-4. Can we go next? Yes, we can. So it was not going to be 7-4. He did not predict that BeastMode was going to have enough and not try and get those last two goals. Game number 3 going to go to Diaz. One more, and he could take it down. Why the F did he forfeit? Does he not know he's trying to fight for your scoreline? Still pretty darn good. Like, the sentiment of all your score lines have been correct, which is good enough. Like, even if they're not exactly right, saying, it's going to be a big win basically for Diaz in this game. And you essentially predicted another big win and an early forfeit in Game 4. So if you get that. Game number 4. Diaz and BeastMode. For those of us watching the match without knowing the future, it's exciting what could possibly happen. For Dr. Known, it's just something playing out that he knew a long time ago. Diaz looking for multiple resets. We're watching from BeastMode POV. I can't help but be reminded of the meme with the guy just staring straight up in the air, having to deal with multiple resets on both sides of the ball. But ultimately, BeastMode not looking too scared. He does get the save, but he doesn't have a follow-up. And Diaz will still be the first to score. Is this the map game for Halloween only? I think it'll stick around. This is Driftwoods, which was part of the new update. But specifically, it's Driftwoods Night, which they added as a part of the Haunted Hollows events, which is going on right now. And that is where you'll see these decals that Diaz and BeastMode are using. So shout out Rocket League, because they're sponsoring today's stream and sponsoring these matches. This $250 1v1 between B-Mode and Diaz, and BeastMode needed a spark. The way the last game went, he needed to get something to build the confidence here, and a dribble out of the attacking corner, finishing with a reset past the in-and-out Diaz could be just that. Friendly Koi, thank you for the tier 1 for 2 months. Appreciate you. I'm not going to tell BeastMode to forfeit at 113. Listen, I know you want your prediction to be correct, but as a guy who wants peak content, I want to see a Game 5. I'm hoping we get a nice 8-2 BeastMode. Pogo shot? Ooh, needs to be diagonal. I know BeastMode probably doesn't care too much about what I have to say, but that pogo shot needs to be, diagonal corner on the ground and diagonal corner on the ball to really launch it. That's how the best pogo shotters are doing it. If you land perfectly nose down, you lose out on the bounce. Multiple resets for Diaz, but he doesn't get the double to finish it. Baby Feer right now is knocking on the office door because he wants to hang out. Beast Mode. Air dribble 50. Into a dunk. By the way, can we get happy birthday, baby Feer? It was his birthday on Friday. And he does know how to read already, even though he's only 1 year old. Yeah, pretty impressive. So he will be reading all the chats later. Oh, wait, there's that meme I'm talking about. Look up. Yeah, the look up meme. Or is it a kid in the basement? No, it is my child who is happy, healthy, taken care of, and not stolen from the neighbors. I promise. Fear is milking baby Fear's birthday? Listen, are you about to say that you don't think the 1 year old baby should be allowed to celebrate his birthday on multiple days? Listen, I'm not going to be the guy saying that he shouldn't be able to celebrate his birthday. Did Baby Fear qual for Arm the Rebels? He was so close. He was so close. First thing he had to do was sign up and be old enough to sign up, and he actually just failed there. But not bad. Closer than some people get. Birthdays are one day. That infant had enough of a birthday. All right. I'll let you tell him that. Diaz is going to make it 5-3. This does disprove Dr. Known's scoreline already, which was going to be 8-2 for game number 4. BeastMode putting one on target off the wall. Not one to surprise Diaz. It's a bit of a slow shot. He's going to control it. And now he just ends up sending it directly into BeastMode. BeastMode pre-jumped and perfectly weighted up there. Diaz was trying to go over the top of him as he returned to the ground, but BeastMode stayed in the perfect position. The pre-jump meta is so crazy. I feel like it wasn't long ago in which Daniel was doing so much pre-jumping it was like laughable that he would be floating in the air, but before long, everybody started to pick up on just how valuable those pre-jumps are, and it really comes down to the recoveries from them. Being able to get up in the air and return to the ground in case the shot doesn't happen and still not get completely exposed. Every time BeastMode tries to fight back, a quick goal for Diaz as he gets a kickoff goal to re-extend it to 2. BeastMode tapping one to the back wall and doing such a great job on the ball. Wasn't able to dunk this one in, but whenever it comes to fighting for possession on equal boost between Diaz and BeastMode, he's done well. Diaz, though, so smooth here. BeastMode takes the 100. Diaz doesn't care. Chain a couple dashes together. Dash, landing, shot on target. He says, BeastMode, you can take the midfield. You can take the back corner. I don't need it. He now has a 7-4 lead. Diaz now going to be forced to play on pads again as BeastMode goes into the attacking corner off the kickoff. Tries to just get a power shot out ahead of the Diaz pre-jump, but it doesn't matter. I mean, BeastMode basically expecting the pre-jump, hoping to push the ball out ahead and then be able to work around it for a shot, but Diaz floats in the pre-jump to still make an interception and then makes a bit of a mistake on offense. So BeastMode within 1. Within 2. A minute 9 left to go. And if he's able to get either one of these 2 goals as a kickoff, he'll be just fine. I think best case scenario is early kickoff goal, so he can use the rest of the time to get the next one. Whereas if he dwindles away a minute and has to get a 9-second kickoff goal, it's a lot harder to do. Diaz knows the 1-win condition in that case. So BeastMode could afford to save as much time as possible for that final possession. He just actually undercut Diaz and threw him offline. Diaz is going to recover back to the ball, though, with speed. And actually has 100. BeastMode no choice but to try and 50 here. The dunk on Diaz does not result in dispossessing the ball. As he now tries to undercut and bump him. He just cannot connect with him. We're watching from BeastMode POV. Diaz doing such a good job of playing keep away. And eventually gets the double off the back wall. What a nice landing off that wall. Diaz dodging with the single jump to not get bumped. And then such a clean dash onto the wall in order to set up the power shot. BeastMode trying to get cheeky on the kickoff. with 30 seconds left to go. Hard to blame him. But you see the GGs in the chat. They seem to be confident that it's over here for Beast Mode. Diaz able to 50 this one to the ceiling. Any moment he's touching the ball, he is securing the game. Beast Mode low 50, dunks it in. So with 5 seconds left to go, it is certainly possible. It does not take more than 5 seconds to win a kickoff into the side wall, and then the next kickoff just needs to be in the air. But of course, it's certainly pretty optimistic as a Beast Mode fan. It will just roll on the ground and end. Diaz going to take it 3-1. Dr. Known maybe didn't get the exact score lines right, but man, did he get pretty close, as Diaz is your winner. GG's. Thanks for playing. Oh, okay. Never mind. It's all good. Anyways, thanks for playing, guys. I'll just say it to myself. GG's. Diaz gets the win over Beast Mode.